College Football 26 has officially been announced, but what's next? The release date, cover, and features are obviously next to be announced, but when can we actually expect those to be revealed? And look, College Football 25 was one of the best-selling sports games of all time. Based on the sales numbers, EA Sports is probably going to be taking that marketing plan from last year, kind of stepping it up a little bit because they want to emulate it again because it definitely worked. And in regards to College Football 26 being announced, EA had the following to say. We said this place would be full again thanks to our players, athletes, and fans for filling the house with us. Let's keep that kickoff energy going till College Football 26 drops this summer. Now that right there erases any doubt that a summer release date will be happening because you have it straight from the horse's mouth. But when this summer, you might ask? What features will the game have? When will news drop for the game? Like, will College Football 25 get any more updates? Let's break it all down. I'm all about being transparent, so I'm going to be as blunt as possible here. Do not expect any more updates for College Football 25 in terms of gameplay or additions to modes or features, major patches. It's not coming. Now, if something were to completely break and the game weren't playable, of course, they would work on fixing that. But adding fan-requested features or a quality of life update, that's not going to be happening right now. If you're playing Ultimate Team, though, you can probably still expect a flurry of content to keep coming up until the game releases for CFB 26. I would also expect EA to have some sort of promo that kind of incentivizes people to play Ultimate Team just before College Football 26 drops, as it'll give them some sort of card or cards in the new game. And if you've played Ultimate Team in Madden, you're pretty much aware of this strategy. It's one they've used in Madden pretty much every year, and it'd be crazy for them not to do this exact same thing with college football because it obviously works. Now that we have confirmation that EA is going to release CFB 26 this summer, when can we expect to start seeing information release about the game? In 2024, EA Sports revealed a ton of information on the game with a 2-minute long reveal trailer with a breakdown of the biggest features in the game on their Campus Huddle blog on May 17th. Roughly 2 weeks later, we received the first gameplay reveal along with hands-on impressions from creators like myself on what we thought after spending time playing the game. But if you remember, EA Sports had the cover leak for the game in early May. The only information we'd received before this point was just a collection of schools announcing they were officially in the game, along with Desmond Howard, Reese Davis, and others announcing they were a part of the broadcasting crew. The difference between last year and this year, though, is that last year EA was able to operate with a massive build-up after an 11-year break between college football titles. This year is different, though, because fans are coming in with the expectations rather than merely being satisfied that the game is going to be back. I'm expecting EA to start the real information in late April this year and to incorporate a lot more creators, players, and coaches into the reveals. Look, last year we saw announcers and schools reveal they were in the game in February, but I'm expecting something a little different this time. National Signing Day ends on April 1st. I know, April Fool's Day, but that's when it ends. And if EA is going to feature real coaches in the game this year, I'd prepare to have them announce that on that date or probably just prior because April Fool's Day, that they're officially in the game. It's a small feature that generates a lot of hype and speculation and also becomes a recruiting tactic for coaches during the upcoming year. Have you been thinking about getting a new PC? Or maybe you just want to try your hand out at content creation like me? Or honestly, maybe you're just tired of PC gamers dominating you in every single one of your favorite games. Whatever the case, Meta PCs has been a long-time sponsor of my channel, and if you use code GGB, you'll save some cash, get a high-performing PC, and you'll get lifetime support from a team right here in the US. Meta PCs has ready-to-ship PCs that you can get shipped out right now, or you can build a custom PC with them. Whichever route you choose, just make sure you click the link in the description and use code GGB. I think we can all agree that College Football 25 was objectively a great game, but it was far from perfect. I've put hundreds of hours into the game. I've created a ridiculous amount of content from videos or live streams over on Twitch, and I've read so many comments from all of you on what you want to see in the next game that honestly my eyes are starting to hurt. The lists I'm mentioning here are not all of the features that you all have said, but the ones that are kind of most likely based on what I've seen from you and what I assume EA is going to aim for in College Football 26. High School and Road to Glory feels like one that has to be there. The amount of comments and screams for High School and Road to Glory mode to return was shocking. I know that people like playing the high school portion of that mode, but even I was shocked at how many people were screaming for it to be in the game. And if I heard it, EA absolutely did, and I'm expecting for it to be in College Football 26. Real coaches and a revamped coaching carousel, because if you played CFB 25, you know that the coaching carousel is just bad. I've chronicled my issues with it in previous videos and on my Twitch streams, but for anyone that's played a few seasons in Dynasty mode, you know that it needs a whole lot of love. With the expected introduction of real coaches in a Dynasty mode, in my opinion, that kind of forces EA's hand to also drastically improve the coaching carousel and make sure the coaching offers and you're being rewarded for what you actually do on the field, not just your coach level. Improved logic for awards, simulations, and more. One of the most surprising elements in College Football 25 was just how bad the simulation logic was, and it was for games, awards, All-American selections, and the coaching carousel like we just mentioned a few moments ago. CFB 25 seemed to have an issue with factoring in coach level or player overall way too strongly instead of what your actual production was with a player or a coach. It's a constant complaint I've seen in my videos and online, and so I'm fully expecting EA to address it with a significantly improved logic across the board. Import and export of draft classes is a major one. I mean, look, the lack of exporting draft classes from CFB 25 and being able to import them into Madden 25 was a heartbreaker, to be honest. It didn't just hurt college football, it hurt Madden a lot as well. And I get it, there's a complicated legal issue behind the exporting of draft classes from CFB 25, but I fully expect that EA's legal team has been hard at work to make this possible for CFB 26. And if they don't, oof, the hate online is gonna grow rapidly. Significantly increased customization, whether it's taking things like the impact of wear and tear or customizing the college football playoff participants, I'm fully expecting EA to dial up their customization efforts in college football 26 a ton. Player customization, editing the college football playoff in Dynasty mode as the commissioner, and upgrade the sliders for things like wear and tear, weather, and other impacts the game has, that's all gotta be coming this year. It's easy to tell that they've developed this game with a vision that's sort of focused on allowing it to be what you want it to be, and CFB 26 should be the year they heavily lean into that. Formation subs and a mass subs menu. The act of getting specific players in a specific formations is a pain right now. Formation subs have been a staple of Madden the past few years, and we should absolutely expect to see a true formation subs menu in your Dynasty hub for college football 26. Trying to get your backups in the game right now is just a pain. The game will sometimes auto sub players in and out, but the logic behind it just seems kind of flawed. The devs have to know that we need a mass subs menu option to truly give us the control we're looking for in our Dynasty games. But honestly, what's the key thing you're expecting to see added in college football 26? Let me know in the comments down below. But the big question is, when will college football 26 release? Last year, college football 25 was released on July 19th. With where things stand right now in February of 2025, I'd expect that EA is looking to target a similar launch date for college football 26. My personal prediction is a release date of July 15th, 2025, and that would be roughly a month before the actual college football season starts. Additionally, I'd expect early access to happen on July 11th, which would be the Friday before the official launch date. Some people will probably argue that it could come earlier, but look, EA Sports is operating with a smaller development cycle this year than they had before. They don't want to shrink that too much by releasing too early. With the conversation of the release date out of the way, the next piece is, who will the cover athletes be for CFB 26? And look, when you're talking about a college football video game and who's going to be on the cover, it's always a heated discussion. Everybody has an opinion on who they think should be in the cover, but at the end of the day, we're all still going to buy the game regardless of who's on the cover, as long as we think the game's going to be good. I do have a few different theories on who I think should or will be on the cover, but I'd love to hear who you think down below in the comments should be on the cover of college football 26. My first prediction is that we're going to see Arch Manning as the main cover athlete, with his uncles Peyton and Eli right beside him, and then his grandfather Archie Manning kind of on there as well. If EA is truly updating Road to Glory this year, which you would have to imagine they are, then having the Manning family grace the cover feels like the easiest way to kind of market that while also speaking to Dynasty mode. And this version of the game could even be a legacy edition that has, again, Arch on the center, smaller faded versions of Peyton at Tennessee, Eli at Ole Miss, and Archie at Ole Miss as well. It would absolutely kill out there. My next prediction would be Jeremiah Smith and Ryan Williams having a tandem cover. Without a doubt, those two burst onto the scene as unbelievably talented freshmen that killed it as wide receivers. And they'll both be entering their sophomore season, so EA could take advantage of the future by having these two players on the cover while they're attending, honestly, two of the biggest schools in the entire nation. And if EA decides to go with a 3-player cover again with other players scattered out there, I would say the 3 players they would focus on could be DJ Lagway of Florida, Caleb Downs of The Ohio State, and Dylan Stewart of South Carolina. DJ Lagway truly looks like a future Heisman winner in the making. Caleb Downs helped solidify Ohio State's defense to win a national title, and he's probably a lock for a top 10 pick in the NFL draft. And Dylan Stewart feels like he's the next great edge rusher to hit the NFL in a couple of seasons. These guys all feel like the future, and I feel like it's a great way for EA to tie in guys that are killing it now, but should also be killing in the NFL in the not so distant future. No matter which way you look at it, there's a ton of talent for EA to choose from with their upcoming cover for college football 26. Last year's cover didn't leak until early May, but with how things work, you never know when something might hit the internet or it might get leaked early, just like PlayStation seeming to leak things out a little bit. But whenever something does happen for college football 26, you can count on one thing: me having a video once it happens. The next few months will fly by leading up to college football 26, but just make sure you subscribe as we're on the road to 300,000 subscribers on this channel. I'll have you covered with everything college football 26, as well as your favorite sports games as well. And if you enjoy Dynasty, franchise mode, career mode content, Check out my second channel, Good Game Bro Plays, linked in the description below. Be safe, be smart, tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys on the next one.